Hello, and welcome to my living room. I'm Kathleen Herchner. My next guest will have no trouble being in front of the camera at all because he works as an actor in the English language. Schuyler Hedstrom.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You work in a sort of a niche market, or a niche market, in the way that people learn English. A lot of people go to academies, but you work in this, like, English theater.
Yeah, it's sort of, I've been working in it for about 8 years, and in the beginning I didn't hear many other people doing it, but now more and more I hear of different groups starting and things happening.
Yeah, and the more they hear from their friends that, hey, this really worked, this really helped me, you should try it. Spaniards are kind of shy, as we know, in some ways. I'm, of course, speaking generally.
It's funny because I have students that when they first start, they're really nervous and they're like, no, I can't do that, you know, like they have this image they have to present.
Right.
But you'd be surprised, in the group everyone starts to relax, and by the second or third class they're acting crazy, and it's really fun. And
yeah, because Spaniards, when they start to chill out and relax, they can be as crazy as anyone.
Yeah.
Well, so you started Action English Theater as a alternative, maybe, to teaching English, to becoming just, you know, like one of the rest of us.
It sort of happened organically. I decided to start working with my friend and colleague Harriet Thompson, she started the group Action English Theater, and I work with her, and now we're colleagues, and we have the group together.
Very well done. Do you guys have a website in case people are watching?
Yeah, it's like actionenglishtheater.com.
So if people want to find out about the programs that you and Harriet,
yes.
You and Harriet Thompson conduct, they can find out about.
Yeah, or if you forget, just Google Action English, or even English Theater Madrid. I think that we're one of the top sites. Well, learning a language naturally lends itself to theater because, you know, you as an actor, you're doing role plays, and you're in situations, and you're
thinking on your feet.
Right, you're using the language in a situation. So when you're doing an improvisation in an acting class, and if it's in English, you're using the language like you would if you were having a conversation English class, you know? So I find that the overlap is quite relevant.
Well, I think it's an idea. I mean, I've never tried to learn Spanish via theater, but I know a little bit about it, having been in theater and taught English. But the thing that I like about it is that it forces people to be spontaneous. Yeah. Do you prefer working with adults or kids, or does it matter to you?
That's a good question.
One easier than the other? Because, you know, I don't have children. I'm a little bit afraid of them, but I like teenagers, which essentially are children.
Yeah. Mixed.
Monsters.
Yeah.
I mean, depending.
Almost adults. Right? They think they're adults, but they're children.
Yes, they are adults in their own mind.
Yeah. I guess to answer that question, I think that I like both, to give a very diplomatic answer. But what I like about teaching kids is they don't have the vergüenza, the embarrassment, you know? Like, you really they'll use their imagination without thinking too much about it, you know? Whereas adults might have this knee-jerk reaction of, ooh, am I gonna look stupid? Whereas children don't have that as much. It's funny because I have students that when they first start, they're really nervous and they're like, no, I can't do that, you know? Like, they have this image they have to present.
Right.
But you'd be surprised, in the group everyone starts to relax, and by the second or third class they're acting crazy, and it's really fun. But adults, you know, they work harder, you know, you can do more with them about, you know, what's your objective, what's your motivation, text analysis. You can explore, you can do Shakespeare, you can do things that are a bit more complicated with adults that maybe you can't do with children. Well,
and the appreciation factor is something that you know, people work for different reasons. Some people work for money, but I like, the thing that's most important to me when I work is that I want to be appreciated. And I love it when people come up and say, oh, that really helped me a lot. For me, that's better than money. Yeah. And kids don't do that. They're like, whatever. Yeah. We just assumed that you were going to help us.
Take it for granted. Yeah. Although I do like an open class sometimes where the parents come, and the parents are appreciative. Yeah. Usually they're like, wow, that's great.
Well, because things have changed a lot. You and I came to Spain about the same time. Things have really changed here, especially in the last couple years. I've felt it. That all of a sudden the openness to learning English is a lot more, there's more positive energy associated with learning English. Whereas in the beginning, people kind of like, oh, I don't really want to learn English, I kind of have to.
What I would like to see happen is that people are not so embarrassed to speak English. I have friends that they've studied English for years, and if forced to speak it, they can. But really, they have this sense of fear of what other people will think if they overhear them speaking English.
Well, they can come and check out Action English Theater and see if maybe losing their inhibition might not be so difficult.
Yeah, it'd be a great thing.
But unfortunately, we're out of time.
Okay.
So we'll have to, well, we can revisit this at some point in the future.
All right.
Sky, I keep wanting to say Sky Masterson. Sky Hedstrom, thank you for coming very much.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed this very much.
Me too, thanks.
Check out Action English Theater on the web if you want to find out more about it. Thank you for tuning in to another conversation in English here in my living room. We'll be back with more interesting guests for you very soon. So adios, amigos and amigas. Bye-bye.